Look upon my kingdom. Absolutely powerful. Then I do a dance. And it's at this moment that I realized I'm recording another episode of Demon Turf. Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm CoreCat13. I'm a woman with a deep voice, and we're playing Demon Turf. Last time, we defeated the main big bad of the Apoca Desert. And now, it's time to do more stages. Because, you know, they're challenging us. They're challenging us. We just have to now. Just want to see around. Yeah, I'm not sure if I don't know if I want to do, like, all the stages, like, all the remix stages, or if I just want to, like, do a few of them, but, I mean, it'd be a little silly if I didn't do all of them. Anyway, I was actually taking a little bit of a breather, or whatever. Just kind of enjoy myself, watch a little YouTube nonsense. Oh, death number 1. Add that to the tally. There we go. Yeah, I decided that today we're starting that damn death tally. Because Lord knows that there's going to be a lot of them. Alrighty, well, we made it up here. Let's have a look around. This lovely, lovely ecosystem. No, we haven't talked to anybody. Let's talk to this guy. Dumbia. Okay. That's funny. So I was right asserting that it was actually really fucking hot in this area. Not really all that surprising either. Whoa, what the hell is going on here? Looks like a fucking party is going on here. And got all those lovely, lovely little things. Oh boy. Okay. Dude, what's going on here? My last experiment went a bit wrong. I was trying to capture the spirit of a dying... Okay. Whoops. Science, sure. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel, Beebs. What the hell? Yeah, I don't know how that is science, but... Yeah, it looks like we're playing a game of the floor is lava. Kind of terrifying, if you ask me. Sure you want to roll over these bastards? I mean, they seem to have been doing just fine, like, before you got here, so... I didn't know. I don't know, maybe Fredo was, like, freaking tyrannical or something. Oh, there we go. Ah, we're starting this bullshit. Fuck. Oh, God, it begins. Yep. You have control over the platforms now, and it's going to be a big thing in World 2, and... Oh, God. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a really cool, like, challenge or whatever, because, like, you have to watch how you jump, but... Still, God, it's irritating. Like, I tell ya. Let's go ahead and throw a flag down. Just thinking about, like, what we're gonna have to do later. It's gonna be, like, oh god. Well, there's death number 2. Or is it 3? I think it's death number 2. All that just because I was thinking about shit in the future. Well, that shows me. Don't think about the future. It makes you sad. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but thinking about the future just... I don't know, it freaks me out. Like, if I'm thinking, like, far, far future of, like, our planet, the universe and stuff, it doesn't freak me out at all. In fact, I find that interesting. But if it's just, like, thinking far future for me, and it's, like, a serious goal and stuff, it intimidates me a lot. And I actually have, like, kind of passed into a state of just, like, I am not operative at this moment. Kind of like my CPU just decided it was just done, you know? Because it just could not handle that much freaking information all at once. It's ridiculous. Honestly, it's like it's one of my primary weaknesses. Just like I'm horrible at planning for the future, so. Yeah, let it be known. Don't ask me to plan anything. It's not gonna work. I mean, if it's gonna be like short-term stuff, then sure, whatever, but don't expect there to be like long-term anything. I don't know. Off I go. Oh boy, this part. I remember this part pretty damn well. That reminds me of that part in the Dreadnought Galaxy a little bit. Like, I don't know why, but it does. Really reminds me of the Dreadnought Galaxy. Also, yes, death number 3. Yeah, it really does remind me of that part in the Dreadnought Galaxy. Just, you know, about 100 times harder, because, you know, now we're having to deal with, like, evil red rings of death. Rather than it just taking, like, a little bit of HP away, it, you know, kills you, so that's fun. Thank God the platform came back. You know what I actually saw at Walmart the other day? I saw a freaking physical copy of, like, a new edition of Goat Simulator. That is interesting to me. It's just like, you don't think, like, Goat Simulator is, like, a legit game that can be published. It's just, like, some sort of weird... Excuse me. Some weird simulator type thing, but there it is. It's freaking strange, if you ask me. I don't know, I've never actually played Goat Simulator, though it looks freaking hilarious. Which, actually, that has gotten me to really start thinking of, like, just doing, like, smaller playthroughs or whatever. Basically just, like, Avery tries out. Or Avery one-offs. Basically just, like, one-off a video game that I think might be interesting, and then just go from there. Like, GTA, that'd be, like, one of those things that one-off. Oh, God! Oh, there's that yawn again. There is that yawn again. I can't afford to fall asleep either because... Uh-oh. Sounds like the winds are picking up a little bit. Spooking the dogs. Oh, my kitty cats are doing okay. I mean, I know they're a bit astrophobic as well. Which, by the way, astrophobia, that's the fear of lightning and thunder. Although I think brontophobia would be a more accurate thing, but astra is also, like, the term for lightning, so... whatevs. It's a specific thing. Personally, I like lightning and thunder. I think it's really, like, soothing, but... That's just me. I got another battery. Hooray! Yeah, as you can tell, this is definitely not going to be a speedrun type thing. Because, to be honest, I am not a speedrunner. I don't do anything to just speed through the game. Like, even if I know the game pretty well, I'm still not going to, like, run through it. I'm just going to have, like, a good time and just take my time to look around. Yeah, fuck your platforming. I use my own stuff, thanks. Alright, round 2 of Arena City. Ooh, that just got me a text message. I don't know who just sent me that, but... Let's see who it is. It's my friend Oscar. He says hello. Hello, Oscar. I wish I could further communicate with you, but I am in the middle of a recording session. The hell? Collect zone. Now we're getting introduced to a bit of a new mechanic here. collect zones. Collect zones are like, they're essentially just little collect-a-thon type things where you pick up a certain number of items within a select area. Then you just go from there. There's a key there. Yeah, you can actually use your smoke sense there to have a look around and see where the other items are. Looks like it's going to be up above, so let's see if we can find a way up. Ah, there's one. What the hell? Sir, I am your freaking master now. What the hell is this about? Beebs does not take well to dissenters. It's fucking bull dookie. Or at least I assume she doesn't. I wonder if it's like one of those instances like Beebs acts like really, really fucking douchey, but she's like actually pretty chill. You know, like Kevin Levin, which the great Alex Gotro just posted his version of Kevin Levin in the Alien Force era, and it's freaking amazing. Love the car, like the car dude element that Alex put into it. And honestly, I just love Alex Gotro's artwork. I'm just like obsessed with it. It is so good. Like, I love that it's like, it definitely takes inspiration from like Jonan Vasquez and Benton Omniverse's art style, but it's clearly its own thing. It's just so neat. Such a neat blend of styles. And honestly, I would love to see like a proper Ben 10 series done in that kind of art style, but I know it's not going to happen. At least not right now. Not until like they decide against like the current art style type dealy bobs or whatever. Because I noticed that a lot of the art styles do kind of blend together now, which that's not a bad thing. It's just like there's consistency there, but at the same time I do miss like when there was like a variety of art styles, but that's just kind of been a Cartoon Network problem for years. Cartoon Network has always just kind of like had issues with like a standardized style. But I will admit, it's like it was a lot more like varied back in the day. Like even early in Cartoon Network's history, when it was like mostly like new Hanna-Barbera cartoons, it was like there was still a lot of variety there. So that's interesting. Like, you could definitely tell, like, every single show, like, had its own look, had its own feel, but you can definitely tell it was, like, the same company, but, like, they all felt different, I guess. I don't know anything, like, on what Nickelodeon is doing. I know a little bit of what Disney is doing right now, but honestly, like, when it comes to Nickelodeon stuff, I don't even know what they're doing these days. Like, I'm being legitimately serious. I have no idea, like, what is on Nickelodeon now. Like, what is going on with Nickelodeon? Is it, like, what shows are going on the Nickelodeon place now? Is it, like, do they even bother uploading it to the main television network, or is it like Paramount Plus stuff, along with like a bunch of SpongeBob reruns? I mean, I know that sounds like very pessimistic and all that, but it's just like, I legitimately don't know. I know SpongeBob is like their big cash cow, and in spite of like the creators' wishes, they're making like spin-offs and stuff that are just freaking terrible. Like, I've watched a little Camp Coral. It was horrible. I thought it was just like really unnecessary. To me, it's like, we didn't really need to know what SpongeBob was doing back then. I mean, he's just SpongeBob. I mean, who cares? It's very much a story of the week kind of show, you know? So it's just like, honestly, SpongeBob being an adult's just like fine. Not a huge fan of how they handled SpongeBob's character, like later on, like they made him way more childish, which I found to be really, really obnoxious because he was stupid, but he was like more just naive, I guess. It was more like just a naive adult rather than like just some kid or whatever. I don't know. Though that does bring up like an interesting like thing I kind of found out about, like a fan theory that kind of states that SpongeBob's autistic, which, you know, I can buy that. I can kind of buy SpongeBob being autistic and all that for like a multitude of reasons. Just like the way he behaves, just like as someone with autism, it's just like, yeah, I see it. It is so stupid obvious to me that SpongeBob probably is very much on the spectrum. And you know what? That's fine. And honestly, I think out of a lot of autistic reps or whatever, I think he's like one of the more positive representations for kids. I'd say Peridot is too. Like, Peridot is just like, good lord, she is autistic coded to the nth degree. I know she's not human, but it's just, it's there, you know? It's just, it's so there. Speaking of which, apparently Raven's House, which is the sequel show to That's So Raven, apparently it's still going. Like, who the hell actually remembers that show? Like, I kind of forgot that it existed until, like, fairly recently when me and my friend Oscar actually, like, were watching it for some reason. We were just kind of having a look around and just, like, let's see how bad this show is. And it's like, it's not bad. It's just kind of there. Like, to me, that's always been just, like, That's So Raven to me. It's just, like, it's just kind of there. It's already a weird concept. Like, seriously, it's like, why does she have psychic powers? This is a legitimate, like, question. It's like, why is that a thing? It just seems random for the sake of being random and for the show to stand out, which, you know, that's fine, but it's like at the same time, it's just like, why? It's like, why does she have psychic powers? How did she get them? Is that just like a thing her family has? Is that just a family power? I don't know. It's weird. It's very, very weird. It's not bad, it's just like, I want more explanation for it. Maybe there's an episode where they did explain it and I just didn't watch it. Because to be fair, like, I didn't have regular access to cable back then. I did have it for a good long while and then just kind of lost access to cable. Now we kind of have it back with, like, Pluto TV and all that, but, you know. I need to catch up on, like, so many shows on Pluto TV. Like, Hell's Kitchen and all that. I need to get caught up. I mean, I know, like, some people don't really like that show just because, like, oh, it's like Gordon is just always so, like, angry and all that. Just, like, that's the point. And from what I understand, he really isn't like that if you actually, like, meet him. He's actually pretty chill. And apparently he does actually have a big heart. It's just that, you know, it's a television show. What do you expect? He plays it up. Like, he plays it up for the audience, you know? And I'm not excusing it, but honestly, for the reality show garbage that's out there, it's honestly one of the least offensive. which for me is high praise. Because, like, I'm gonna be honest, I never really liked reality shows. I never really understood them. It's like, is the whole point of reality shows just to make yourself, like, feel like you're... like, heh, I'm better than you. Like, at least I'm not these people. Is that why Keeping Up with the Kardashians is so fucking popular? Like, seriously, that's a legitimate question. It's just like, are people really just that fascinated by stupid people that it's just like, I don't know. I need answers to this. And somehow I doubt I ever will, so. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that this was supposed to be later on the stage, but... fuck your level design. I can do what I want. I do what I want. And I just bounce around every take. Bum bum bum. I don't know. One of my random songs that makes absolutely no sense to anybody, but you know, it works for me, so we'll just go with that. Just bounce on these flowers. Just because it's fun. I wonder if these flowers are like references to Mario's like bouncy mushrooms. Because, you know, in Mario you bounce on the mushrooms, whereas like in this game you bounce on flowers. I don't know, that's fascinating to me. Bye-bye. You're dead now, sir. I hope you're dead. I hope you enjoy your death. Which, honestly, to be dead after death just kind of seems awful. Like, you're already in the afterlife and then you die. So it's just like, is there an afterlife for an afterlife? Like, this is a legitimate question. Like, or does it, like, get, I don't know, stored somewhere and then the demon lord basically is just like, yeah, I can use you. I'm here. And then just puts you in like some random body or something. Or is it like soul rules, where your soul just kind of... had a little bit of lag there. I don't know. That platform came back at just the nick of time, let me tell you. That was a near-death experience right there. So many lollipops, I want them all. They all look so tasty. Even though I'm not even that big of a lollipop person. I really am not. I'm not actually that big a fan of lollipops. I think they're fine. They're just not my favorite candy. Of course, what do I know? My favorite candies have mint. Mint caramel. Mint caramel and chocolate, so... I'm not a good frame of reference. At least I was smart enough to put a freaking checkpoint flag there. Yeah, so I don't know why. I'm just not that big a fan of lollipops. I think maybe it's just because I'm not really a fan of hard candy to begin with. Just because I'm not really a... like, I think the texture is fine and all that. It's just like... I don't know. Oh yay, these things. This'll be fun. God. These freaking things always give me anxiety because I always feel like I'm gonna screw up. And like I said, World 2 is just full of those particular challenges. And like, they're fun, they're just annoying. And now I'm going into the lava pit. Huh. I'm surprised this isn't like one of our first like challenge stages. I'm gonna call them secret stages, but that wouldn't have been accurate. Nope, just a warp zone. Apparently I could have just freaking waited, and then I could have used the warp zone to... I don't know. But that'd be too easy. Apparently I was right at the end of the stage, and I could have just, like, made my way to the end just by doing that. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a flag there. Because I don't want to have to repeat this shit. Because, you know, all this platforming, man. Man, you can tell that this is a tougher variant of the, of this particular level because it's got spikes. Uh-oh, combat zone. It's just a bunch of squiglets. Are you really gonna make... Alright, fine, whatever. You know, considering the fact that the people here look like freaking pigs or whatever, you think those are their kids? Like, their kids are just not sentient and then they reach, like, an age where they are? A girl must know. Actually, I probably don't. It probably would be absolutely horrifying if I found out.
Moving on.
Alrighty, well, that clears out that level. And, let's see here. I don't know how many levels we have left here before we can move on to, like, World 2. It's like, I want to keep going, but at the same time, we're getting pretty close to, time, so... Yeah, because that leads back ways. Let's see here. Where's that lead? Okay, so we gotta deal with that stage. So I guess we'll take care of that next time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for watching. Bye.